Financial circles have a brutal name for those first six figures. They call it the bitch. It's the grittiest money you'll ever earn. Forget that idealized bedtime story told by every generic financial advisor in this country. Standard money models focus almost exclusively on this exponential curve. They show you the part where your line looks like a rocket ship, making wealth growth seem like an easy result of patience. In reality, those first 10 inches of that timeline represent pure grind. During this phase, you're an employee trading life for dollars, not a player benefiting from capital. Trusting traditional investment timelines at this stage leaves you blind to the brutal manual effort required to drag your net worth off zero. In 2026, the start line is 50 feet underwater. A typical graduate enters the game with $30,000 in student debt and immediately signs a $500 monthly auto lease just to secure transport to their job. Entry-level rent in major urban hubs adds another $1,800 monthly drain on that starting check. This map shows the financial red zones, where the cost of existing consumes nearly every dollar earned. In these cities, you must fight for years just to reach a baseline net worth of zero. This combination of modern debt and essential living costs creates the invisible floor. It's a structural cage that keeps you trapped and prevents you from owning the value of your work. Until you break through this floor, you remain a fuel source for the machine, rather than a real participant in the market. Saving $1,000 a month at a 7% return takes 8 years to reach $100,000. During this time, raw sweat does 86% of the work. You contribute $93,600. Market growth provides a tiny $6,400. Because your contributions dwarf your returns, market noise is irrelevant. You can fix a 20% portfolio crash with just a few months of additional labor. This grueling phase hits during the most intense social pressure to spend. Your peers are financing new Teslas and flying to flashy weddings while you ignore lifestyle poison. Hitting the six-figure mark requires the guts to be a social outcast, willingly trading your youth for cold mathematical dominance. Even a high gross salary is instantly killed by the 1040 calculation. Federal and state income taxes steal over 20% of your earnings before you can put a single dollar toward your freedom. Mandatory cuts like FICA bleed your check further, ensuring a permanent stream of cash for the government's Social Security and Medicare systems. The 2026 real dollar proves the damage done by recent inflation. Between housing, health plans, and record-high transport costs, a $100,000 salary leaves only $32,500 for actual life. To pull $12,000 of annual savings out of that remains, you must embrace hardcore minimalism, living with roommates at age 30 and driving a car with 200,000 miles on the dash. This systemic friction acts as a deliberate filter. It separates the mindless consumer from the driven individual willing to endure the struggle to be free. Your own biology will try to break you around year 4. Reward boredom makes the repetitive act of saving feel totally meaningless once the novelty wears off. Saving your first $10,000 feels like a win, killing the panic of an emergency. But hitting $50,000 after 4 years of grinding often feels like nothing, as your daily life hasn't yet changed. You finally enter the valley of disappointment. Portfolio growth is too slow to match media-hyped stories of instant wealth, making your hard work feel like a failure. This frustrating plateau is where you build the character needed to manage capital. If you can't handle the boredom of the first 100,000, you'll lack the discipline to keep the first million. One day, the balance finally flips to 6 figures. While you're still driving the same car and living in the same room, your relationship with the world has undergone a total shift. This is the confidence pivot. Owning 3 years of liquid runway provides the safety needed to calm the brain's survival center. You gain the power to walk away from a toxic boss because your basic needs are locked for 1,000 days. You finally achieved velocity. Your 100,000 now generates massive annual returns entirely on its own, regardless of your labor. The physics of compounding wins. While the first 100,000 took nearly 8 years, the second takes only 4, and the third takes less than 3. You're no longer just a worker. Your money has become a manager, hiring more dollar soldiers every single day to fight on your behalf. To cut this bitch phase from 8 years to 4, you must kill the standard life script. Geographic arbitrage allows you to quit high-cost cities through remote work, instantly cutting your fixed costs by 40%. You also need a maker skill pivot. By using AI tools with your expertise, you can multiply your output and escape the trap of middle-class wages. The entire U.S. economy is a machine designed to suck your savings by selling you feelings of failure. The dealership and the credit card giants don't want you free. They want you to be a permanent debtor. Every dollar spent on a fake symbol of success is a dollar stolen directly from your future power. The prime years of your life are the real currency at stake here. Reclaiming those years requires looking past the digits in a bank account and seeing the time they buy back. Hitting the first 100,000 early buys your autonomy. It turns you from a replaceable corporate pawn into an independent force with the power to choose how you spend your days. The grind is the ultimate test of character. It asks you to weigh your desire for true freedom against your desire for cheap consumer dopamine. You will age regardless of your choices. You can reach 35 with nothing but a leased SUV, or you can master the math today and own the key.